So, it is August. What does it mean? It means the second episode of KLUB podcast is here right now, just like I promised Najmi to bring you in this podcast. So, here you are. How are you doing?
I'm fine, my friend.
You fine? You doing good?
Yeah, doing fine.
How's life?
Same old.
You watched the previous one where me and Najmi talk about
I did.
you and your addiction to Pepsi.
Oh yeah, I brought Pepsi here.
See, there you go.
Yes. Still a bottle full, yeah.
It's zero sugar, right?
Yeah, it is.
But what about other stuff like sodium and stuff? Don't you think you're overconsume a little bit or something?
Don't worry, I'm still here. That means I'm fine.
Why not? That does not mean you'll be fine forever, you know. You need to cut the things out, man.
Well, I guess it's just I prefer sugarless drink. It's better than I prefer something like the regular Pepsi, regular Cokes or something.
What is the difference between just eliminating the sugar? That's it. That's the
they just substitute the sugar with the non-digestible for humans. So the one they use for Pepsi Black is, I think, aspartame.
Aspartame.
Yeah, it's a kind of sugar that won't be digested by your body, so it will go out with your pee, I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
So instead of retaining the sugar in your body, where it gets to all parts of your organ or something, then this one will go out with your pee when you're peeing. So that's better, I guess.
That's better if you have coffee, my friend.
No coffee.
There's no power coming from Pepsi. There's power.
There's caffeine. It's the same.
No, but
in a way.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you, Abel.
Shout out, Abel. Come on.
Shout out to Abel.
Shout out, Abel, for making this happen. I've been talking a lot with Najmi last time, and I mean.
I haven't introduced myself.
I already forgot.
Officially.
Okay.
So hi everyone, I'm Khairul Hakim. So I am his friend apparently. So
and what you doing for
I'm a writer for now. I've been a writer for I think almost 3 years, I guess. It's a sudden profession for me, I guess, as a writer.
Sudden profession. So you are artist for how many years again? 3-4 years?
Writing. I guess almost 3 years. 3 years.
3 years.
Professionally.
So Najmi really took the literature studies back when in his college. So he have already that background. So do you have the background or you don't have it?
My background is, I guess, more conventional in a way, because I worked like a lot of companies. I worked in factories. I've worked in tuition center. I've worked at a college as well as their marketing manager.
Wait, just a quick one. That's have been recorded, right, Abel? Recorded already. You press the button, right? Okay, cool. Just because that's different, maybe, because I always sometimes miss to click.
Is
it photo? Is it on a video mode? I think it's in video mode, right? Okay, sure,
cool. Thanks, Abel.
Okay, where was it again? Okay.
Working in a college. So if you have heard College Technology Timor or something, College Technology Timor. So I've worked there. I've worked in factory. I think I've worked in stock company. We were called iSaham. So then I worked with, now I'm working with AOPG, Asia Online Publishing Group. So that's a whole history of working different parts at different positions. So
So there's nothing in the background for you to kind of be. You never know that the last time that when you work on all the previous company that you've mentioned, that I'm going to be a writer someday. Never.
Never in my mind.
So how does it start?
I guess during the PKP. What's PKP?
MCO.
MCO. MCO
during the
movement.
COVID.
During the COVID, right? So just when the COVID started, so I was trying to struggle with jobs, especially when everyone's being kicked off their jobs, right?
Laid off and stuff.
Laid off and something like that. So I was also laid off by the tuition center because no students during that time. All were quarantined lah, kan? And but I tried to look for something that is beneficial during the quarantine. So I jumped a lot. So I went to factories. I worked as their designer. It's a factory for laboratory furnitures. Okay, then I worked as a sales manager for College Timor. So then during that time, so the pay or the payment is quite I would say not reasonable.
Yeah.
So then I tried doing some side hustles, writing. So I discovered back my passion for writing during that time.
Discovered back. Does it mean it was there in the beginning?
Yeah, during my high school, I used to write for the school magazine.
Oh.
So back then it was like macam, I love writing because my English teachers, she praises me a lot back in the day. So she said, "Oh, you're out of the book kind of thinker." Because I have because I was in science stream, so some background back there. So yeah.
So there's a little bit of fundamental on writing, right? So and then where you start from there, you just that's basically because your profession or whatever that you took from college, right, is not writing related at all. So I can safely say that because when you apply for writer's job for a company, or for the company want to say you have this kind of what you call it,
background.
So background. So you came from zero background. That is it possible? Because probably people out there wants to know that is it possible to become a writer when you have zero backgrounds?
It is possible, but you have to train a lot. Nowadays you have to be familiar with AI tools. That's going to be helping you like a whole bunch, especially because it's not you depending on the AI, but it should be the AI depending on you. So you can learn a lot from AI. The AI can teach you a lot of how to copywriting, what kind of direction. There's a hero's journey. There's for example direct response copywriting. There's a lot you can learn from AI, but you have to be on your own as well. You cannot depend on AI. Maybe you can use AI to help you outlining your stuff, but these days you can start from zero, but start with a smaller portfolio.
How do you do it? People wants to know in details. How do you, like, you call me, hey, this is my works, I'm going to send you this. If you're interested in this kind of writing, hit me up or something like that.
So
how do you start? How do you get do you remember like the first job, like really giving you money, like, okay, I'm going to pay you like 100, 200 bucks. You're going to write this. You remember that?
Yeah, I do remember. I mean, in the beginning.
In the beginning.
In the beginning. So I was doing what we call as, well, in AUPG we call it as email blasting. So back then it was not email blasting, it's more towards Facebook blasting. So I just joined a bunch of Facebook group for freelance writer, freelance copywriter, and then from that point I will just wait for I'm looking for a writer, that kind of post, and then just blast every post that every post that the group allow, and then just wait for any of the customer
coming for inquiry.
And then when the customer comes, that was in the beginning, but then I got a little bit smarter. So what I did, I just for example, the customer asked for a company profile or something, so I just researched his company, what little information that he posted on the Facebook group, and just gave him like him or her a mock-up company profile. So from that, he or she or they know what kind of talent that I'm bringing on the table. So from there, my skills grow, as well as my connections, and then you have to do some email blasting after that. So, but email blasting I've learned during my tenancy with AOPG.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So there's a lot of difference upbringing, because I think I'm not sure if I can mention it here, but previously we have like this private talk, right? And at that time when you got laid off, you already married and you got kids, and then suddenly you're scrambling around just find any sort of income you could possibly have. So is there any influence from your parents as well?
Yeah, I mean, as the sole breadwinner for my family, I guess I think it was like during the COVID, it was like my second year of marriage, I think. Yeah, second year or third year lah. And
that's the period when you're just getting started.
I was just getting started, and it was a very horrid experience for me, but the experience built the man who I am today. So my parents, I mean, were against me going to job hopping. So they said, oh, just work with them. But I know working with them is like you are like literally sharing a small fortune around your family members. It's not going to be enough, so I have to venture out, be my own person.
Did you mention previously? I might be mistaken, but your mom was a lecturer or something. I'm not sure.
She was a teacher. Yeah,
she was
retired teacher. Yeah, retiree. Yeah, both her and my father. Yeah.
So both of your parents were teachers. So how does that affect you in your from your childhood to wherever you are now? How does that affect you? Does it being strict against you in terms of education, of course?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, stricter than usual, of course, because some of us, I mean, most of the guys or the girls here, they have like you probably have like contradictory parents, like if your father is strict, your mom would be lenient, or if your mom,
the other way around,
but both of my parents are very strict.
Sometimes there was, of course, there's a certain expectation, like you're the son from this and that, he's a teacher, yes,
of course,
always certain of expectation, and of course it's for parents. It was like, I want my son or my kid live up to the expectation. Have you ever feel that it burdens you in one way or another?
Yeah, it did back then,
or even back then. So back now then, you kind of look at back and was like, oh,
now I don't give a single F. Because my life, my family, my rules, right? I'm an adult. So but back then I was being burdened, being pressured to perform in everything. I started with UPSR, I got 5 A's, and then PMR I got 8 A's, and then SPM I got like 9 A's and 1 B.
Woo!
And then during the SPM, even with 1 B, my mother wanted to strangle me to death.
Oh God!
She wanted to strangle me to death.
Which subject was that?
It was chemistry. It was B.
God.
I got B.
Other than that, like AdMed, you took AdMed.
Oh, AdMed I got A plus.
Oh jeez. I don't even realize that I've been friends with smart guy right here. I thought you just a ordinary bloke who write a lot and drink Pepsis 3 times, 4 times on the weekend.
Yeah.
So I was like,
now you know. Now you know a bit better about myself, right?
9 E's and SVM. That's really
So that's what I said about being pressured to perform. So after then I went to get my degree, right? So engineering. So it's so contradicting about what I'm doing right now. I mean, I was in engineering path.
You never know where life get you, So I never even know that I'll be part of the marketing team and stuff when the first time I started. But this is what life led me, and I'm not sure the 10 years from now. So where do you think you'll go 10 years from now in terms of career path? Are you waiting to be a writer again, or want to be more like
I want to be
journalist or something? What was that?
Well, I want to be an editor. In the end, I would prefer to be an editor, but I would like to have at least 5 years of experience as a writer first.
Yeah.
You know,
And
as
you
a
are
writer.
in 1 year already? That's 4 left.
Yeah, I guess
Two.
like 3 years in my lifetime as a
Yeah, yeah.
writer, 3 years as a professional writer lah. But before that, we have like non-professional writer experience. But yeah, I would like to have like another 2 or 3 years of experience as a professional writer.
So, and I've seen a lot of people that have journalists on their, on their bio and stuff.
Yeah.
Is there any distinct difference between a ordinary writer and journalist? Is it the same, or is just the job scope a little bit different?
It's a little bit different. I mean, in my humble opinion, journalists, you have to be very, I would say, social. You have to know how to get information out from the one you are interviewing, because journalists will have a lot of relationship and connection with people. But writers, I guess, will just have to be in a secluded place and then just use the imagination, use whatever on the web to churn out something good. Whatever content or something that you can get from the internet, or during your research, even during your research reading a book, just here listening to the radio, watching some TVs or whatever. So you can use that kind of information, that kind of copywriting styles. You can imitate copywriting styles of others and then use it in your writings. But journalists, you have to journalist is a writer first, but I would say the writing part comes afterwards.
Oh, okay.
It's gathering the information first from people, real life people.
All right.
I would say Najmi has a good edge at that. He's a good person that resonates well with his interviewees.
Oh, okay.
So for me, I don't. Well, we can say that I'm not that social in a way.
Yeah.
I'm a very introverted person.
Yeah, Najmi.
Najmi is
we went out a lot of times, and you see him being the center of the attention.
Yeah, he's
right
a bright
away.
person. He's a bright person.
And he
Yeah.
have this loud voice.
Shout out to Najmi, wherever he is right now.
Yeah. He's married last month. So.
Yeah, he's married, so he's being busy. So busy with his wife. So arranging stuff.
So yeah. So other than let's switch up a little topic. I mean, let's shift the gear up. I mean, me and you, we have been talking in private a lot, and we have talking about some heavy stuff, right? So let's talk about whatever the current climate have in Malaysia. First of all, the new things that happens in Malaysia, like one of the big stuff that happened was like last week or something, the state elections, right? And
very sensitive topics.
And where do you see it going? I mean in terms of general, I'm not going from state to state. I'm sure, how does that affect the country, Malaysia as a whole? Where do you think it is going?
So in my opinion, so I've been in both let's say media platforms,
Right.
So
I've read a lot.
yeah, I've read
I
a lot.
assume from both sides.
Yeah, I've read the comments and the contents on TikTok. Also, the comments and contents on
Other
the Twitter,
social media. Other social media.
and
X.
Facebook. X, and Facebook as well. So based on the comments, the content, so I actually can differentiate like three kind of voters back then. So we have like both the leftists and the rightists. And of course the centralists. So I'd say TikTok have a lot of rightists, and then Twitter have a lot of centralists and leftists.
So before you going deep, I mean the word left and right are more common on America. So probably there's the guys or girls out there that doesn't even know what's left, what's right. So can you explain that a little bit?
So it's like woman, woman say whatever woman say is always right. So that's rightist. So rightist is conservative.
So you can say there's LGBTs and stuff.
No,
right,
that's leftist.
Oh, that's left. Okay.
So rightist is more towards conservative, more religion biased group, and we have like the leftists, LGBTQ supporters.
Where's gun control at? I mean, the guy that pro guns and the guy that anti
Pro guns. I mean, if it's in America, we have those who are pro guns. I guess would be on the conservative side.
Right. Okay. Sure.
It's different down here because Malaysia we have a different meaning for conservative. I mean, rightists, leftists, and centralists. Most of us, I guess, we are actually categorized as centralists because we're not very heavy on the religion side. Not that we are not religion-based group. No, it's just like we try to equilibrate everything to be not equal, to be balanced. Yeah. So most of us are centralists, atas pagar, just on the fence.
Yeah, see wherever it's good.
Wherever it is good, we will pick that one, that kind of stuff. Right. So so the PRN last week actually gives us a very insightful thought and insightful results, I guess, because actually what has been hushed back then, it's being showed that most of the voters, or let's be honest here, that PN won the votes,
right?
Like literally
it's
have
like 60 to 40 or something.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
So they have won the votes in, let's say it's a big win for them. So where the country is actually shifting towards the rightists right now. So I guess there's a lot of factors for that. So one is the United States, of course, when LGBTQ is running rampant there. So it's actually it's the response, or what we call as feedback, natural feedback from the community to be against something like LGBTQ. So the conservative is fighting back there and here as well, because we heard the news. It's no longer 90s anymore where you cannot whatever happens in America stays in America. No, we can see it on Twitter.
Where back then the only source is just cable TV or
your newspaper,
TV
which is
newspaper,
heavily filtered.
Heavily filtered.
Heavily filtered to be one-sided, according to whichever government in that country. So these days most of Malaysians may be becoming like a feedback from the LGBTQ movement. They're growing too fast. So it's like most of us are fighting back with conservative values. Centralists will always be centralists, but rightists, there are growing numbers of rightists. So even in Malaysia, that's why PN has been winning big back in the PRN. And I would say there's a lot of fake news as well, about surrounding our PM, that he's a LGBTQ supporter or some kind of bullshits that's surrounding him. I would say that's why they have been winning, and from this point on, I would say it's going to be a very tough geopolitical strand for Malaysia in the next 5 years. We are being hopeful that the government stays at least for 5 years. So
generally you think we are going into for your Pepsi, we're going into the right direction with Anwar in the helm. When he's in,
I would say it's not the right direction. I would argue it's
the better direction. The previous two, I could say.
Of course, it's the best out of three previous governance, including our famous Mr. Najib. Shout out to Mr. Najib.
You count Najib Istri, I count like what? So from, let me backtrack, Muhyiddin, Sabri, and I think Tun M was the last three. If you call it last three, right?
Last four then?
Last four then, including Tun M.
Including Najib, yep. Dato Sri.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, sure.
Yes,
So it's a better direction. So does he need to be, you know, like being careful, like, okay, this is going, because Malaysian doesn't, the thing that I'm looking in this country's democracy is we are not afraid to change government. If I voted for you, I mean the citizens' mathematics is different, right? If I voted for you and I see the groceries, the price in the groceries that I'm buying every single day doesn't go down, I'm not going to vote for you anymore. That's our mathematics.
Yes,
right?
yes, exactly.
So do you think that he needs to be alarmed for whatever happened from the last state elections?
I would say he's doing a good job managing everything from the small ministry to the bigger ministries, but I would argue that he should elect a better person for the job, for especially for the communication ministry. And of course, the which of the ministry responsible for groceries? I think it's
I think it's for like KPD and KK.
Yes, KPD and KK, right? Kementerian Perdagangan Dalam Negeri, right?
Yeah. Whoever the minister is as of now.
Masabu is only for the pertanian. Yeah, KPD and KK Perdagangan Dalam Negeri, I think. Yeah, I forgot the
I'll search for it and you go on.
I'll keep talking then.
Yeah.
So that kind of ministry should be very strong against price hike. You know, most of the people out there, most of the citizens of Malaysia, they buy food from or grocery.
Minister of Domestic Trade and Cost of Living is amazing, man.
Minister of Domestic Trade and Cost of Living. Yeah, okay. Excuse me. So the citizens mostly buy from grocery store back at their kampung, small grocery stores, even like Aceh grocery stores. They don't buy it from the mall. Lotus, we have Eon Smart, Econ Smart, or whatever. Basically they're buying at a very high price because grocery stores are hiking the price, just to get a lot of profit, because they are bringing the convenience to the village people. So what I am advising to Malaysians out there is to buy your stuff from Lotus, from Aeon, from Aeon Big, whatever supermarket out there, because you can get it a lot cheaper, especially if you're supporting like what's the not Kamda, what's the supermarket in Nilai?
Which one?
The one with the mamak guy.
I forgot what is it.
Maidin.
Oh yeah.
Yes. So Maidin, good priced grocery back in Maidin. So shout out to Maidin as well. Please sponsor us next time. So these kinds of supermarkets, they give a lot of grocery items which is very fairly priced. But if you are still buying from Aceh stores, you cannot argue that the government doesn't do anything for the price hike. I mean, we are kind of in an inflation states of economy, so that's one thing. But you have to be smart. You have to be a smarter buyer, smarter consumer. So I guess PM Dato' Sri Anwar should try to make a campaign or something. Not just campaign is like our SPM level PM Karangan or anything. So not campaign, maybe the Ministry of Communication should portray a better way to buy groceries, a better and a simpler and a cheaper way to buy groceries, especially for those outside the range, within the range of supermarkets and stuff.
Just now you said about the way how we gotta be smart as a citizen, right? And about in all inflation and stuff, but there must be some limits where we could only be smart about it, because if the price doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense too. And the power that we only have is just to vote.
Yeah, especially
Stuff. So yeah, that's the only thing we do, and we need to put our trust on the government. So let me think. Do you agree with the statement of this? Is the landscape of politics in Malaysia, right? We as a voters, are we really voting for who's the best, or we are voting just who's the least worst amongst them?
right now we are actually voting for the least worst among them.
Really?
I mean, it's normal for politics. Politics is like choosing the bathroom in supermarket, or choosing the bathroom in mall.
Okay.
So you have to like choose which one have shades on it, right? Which one has less shades on it. So yes, that's the gist of it. The gist of voting for the least bad consequences, I would say. Yeah.
I mean, you've met a lot of. We've seen that this party, combined with this party, and this one combined with this one, that 50, 60 years ago, that's really like a sworn enemy. If I see you on the street, I'm going to get you. And now they're like shake hands and like nothing happened. But so you could see that there's no loyalty in the in politics. So should we as a citizen do the same? Because
yes, of course.
we're not going to like swear loyalty to one party. If you're not going to do anything, I'm sorry, but I'm going to vote for someone else. Right? That's a smart decision, right?
Yeah, that's a very smart decision. I mean, that's the best thing that you can do as a voter, because politics. It's politics. Nowadays, you can see maybe last week you're sworn enemies, and then this week you're being buddies, right? As a voter, and as a community of voters, you have to be knowledgeable and clever, because what you have seen on the television or media social, where they ranting among each other. Okay, for example, from the other camp saying something weird or bad about PM, and then from PM's camp they were saying bad about the other camp. So that's outside, that's only on the surface. Back when the campaign finished, they are having dinner together, they are having breakfast together, they are visiting each other's wives, houses. My bad, sorry, not wives.
You want me to edit it?
No, leave it. I mean, visiting, they visit each other's houses, so they're not like they are all friends.
They're all friends while we being broke.
We are being broke. We are bantering among each other. Oh, if you're PN supporters or you're PH supporters, right? Oh, every day you will type on the media social. Oh, this is wrong. This is not right. This is. Be clever. Right. Choose whatever that brings you the best benefits. Right. And I mean the number of benefits and the best benefits. Don't be like don't be loyal, because trust me, the politicians won't be loyal to you.
They don't care. They don't care. We put them in power, right?
We put them in the power. They are working for us. So if suddenly if PM Datuk Sri Anwar is not doing a good job, something happened, so we just changed
we vote him out. But as of now, you can say that he's doing a great job.
He's doing a great job, but I guess he has to elect a better person for each other portfolios. He's carrying the whole team right now, and we can see he's getting tired, I guess, exhausted from the feedback of the communities, from Malaysians. It's not like everyone likes him, but we can see a lot of people likes him. So he just has to be particular in his management of Malaysia, and then elect a better person. I won't say which ministry needs to be re-elected, but yeah.
Yeah, when you say something about him, that's the thing I somehow subconsciously realized, that whenever you talk about politics, right, you always talk about you're not talking, you're not selling your party, you're not selling yourself, you're just telling people that let's say you're politician B and politician A. My manifesto will not revolve around whatever I'm going to do best. My manifesto is going to about what you do worst. Like the thing is, I've never met someone that talked to me trying to convince me about politics that he'll never threaten me. All of it is threat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. You know. So like, if you don't vote for this, you'll get. He'll do worse for you. If you don't
For
vote
example,
this,
if you
he'll do
vote
worse
for this fella, you're not Muslim. You're not a good Muslim if you vote this fella. So that's one thing. I would say my best advice for those voters, I mean, for the next 5 years, try to remove the 3R from your decision making. Which party you want to choose?
Rally research?
No. The religion, the race, and what's one more? Royalty. So try to remove these 3 from your head, not from Malaysia, from your head during the decision making. And if you can see which one is better, then choose that one. Right. So the best party right now that's doing a good job, surprisingly, is DAP.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So have you seen what Anthony Loke has done for the Kementerian Pengangkutan? Holy shit! There's a lot of things.
I think the latest one that I really, I give my thumbs up for him is I think he
works so hard, man.
The what you call it? He toppled the domination of touch and go right now. Now we could pay with the debit card.
Yes, the monopoly of touch and go has finally been toppled. Oh my god!
God knows how many years.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then now you can renew your license, your car license, just online. You don't need to go to JPJ.
Yeah.
I think just once you have to renew your picture, and then you just renew it online every year.
That's good. That's a good advancement. Yeah, cool.
They're trying to use the new tollless highway, right? They're trying to remove the toll, so you're just scan you, and if you
it's like in Saudi Arabia or something, I think they've done that. They have the big pole like over there, and then you go through and then it deduct your money automatically or something like that.
Yeah, they're trying to avoid the traffic build-up.
Yeah.
So that's one good thing. There's a lot of things that
reduce car.
Reduce car. Reduce car is, I guess, should be
not reducing the car in terms of production or importing stuff, but just reduce the usage of car. People have a better public transportation and stuff.
Yeah. We're getting there, but I would say the best would be we have to extend MRT lines or KTM lines towards outside KL and Lembah Valley. Klang Valley.
Yeah.
Lembah Klang Valley. Yeah. Extends all those public transportation roads. MRT makes, I guess, it makes more sense if we start with the southern part of Malaysia and then start slowly for the northern Pantai Timur and everything. Yeah, we need a better public transportation system. The one we have right now, it's okay, but not the best yet. So we have to take into account like Japan's. What has the Japanese done to their? You can literally, let's say if you're working in KL, right? So you live in Kelantan.
Kelantan.
Yes. Okay, you can go to work in KL, literally just 1 hour away, riding the bullet trains.
Oh, we don't have bullet trains right here right now.
I know, but that's the
goal.
Yeah, that's the goal.
If we have that.
Yeah. Imagine you don't have to leave Kelantan. You can stay in Kelantan and make your state more approachable. And then
that's a deep meaning on that.
I guess. If you're a Kelantanese, I think the rent in Kelantan should be very cheap. I guess, cheap and affordable. You live in Kelantan and then you just ride your
like 4 or 5k here on KL and then you go back home and stuff.
Yeah, and then you can start building up the economy in Kelantan or even in Kedah or even in Penang or even wherever you are in Perlis. We have like 7 people in Perlis, right?
8. last time.
Oh, okay. New baby, I guess. So 8% in police.
That's a joke. That's a joke running.
We have a running joke. So
X, right?
police is so small that we think only 8 people live there.
I'm not sure where the joke came, but it was once made through on my timeline. I was like, what the hell is 8 people? And then start to.
It's 8 people now. It was 7 people before.
I think it was. It was 8. So,
just like 2 family there. It's because it's literally the small state in Malaysia. Is it? Yeah, it's a small state, right?
Smaller than Malacca, I guess.
Smaller than Malacca, yeah.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to move on to another topic. But one last thing, one last hypothetical question that I'm going to bring this up to you in our political landscape. Let's say if Datuk Seri Anwar said, all right, today he's saying that, all right, I'm done. I don't want to be a PM anymore. I'm out. So for you, when you look around on the political landscape today, who do you think will be the next PM?
Doesn't matter the party?
Yeah, doesn't matter the party. Who do you think? Like, he's the guy. When you look around, when all is gone, when you look around and he's the guy.
Okay, I would divide this choice into 2 lah. The old and the young ones. Okay, the pelapis we call it, the new generation. Okay, so for I guess the next one, I would say Tokmat from Negeri Sembilan.
Oh yeah, these are underrated names there.
Yeah, he's really good. He has done good job with Negeri Sembilan back then before PH took over. But Tokmin is also very good. But Tokmat, I guess Tokmat has the more credibility. Even though he comes from not so good BN, not so good party. Sorry. And then
you always find a good apple in a bad supermarket too.
Always, yeah. And for the young ones, I would say there's a lot of, I would say I would love to see Izzah to take over, but Izzah doesn't have any seats, right?
I'm not sure.
Daughter of Anwar. No, right? But maybe it's all between Izzah, Rafizi, KJ. I would love to say Syed Saddiq, but he's being such a moron right now. But
so you're not a fan of him. Let's make it clear, black and white.
I always, back when I was studying in UIA, I always see him talking shit in the cafe. Not talking shit, I mean, we give I wouldn't know back then what he said to his friends. So everyone will be gathering around him during makan, during lunch in the cafe. He's always in what's the cafe name? Cafe Econs. So it's the economy punya department, economy department for UIA. So he always eats there for lunch, and everyone will be gathering around him. Back then he was not the politician lah. He was just a student back then.
But he have that charisma where people.
Yeah, I guess he got
for good or for bad, he still have that charisma.
Yeah, I guess he should tackle the right issue instead of just the regular meaningless issues that is running rampant on Twitter. So maybe if he fight a good fight, then maybe he would be a good prime minister in later years, not now.
Yeah, not now. I think he's lacking of experience yet level, because
right now he's just doing a lot of politicking. Maybe have to shift gear to do a lot more work. Yeah, maybe.
Okay,
it's all a maybe.
Okay, let's move on. I'm talking about charisma. I mean, there's a lot of people out there that have a good charisma and stuff. And just want to move on to more West news and stuff. So let me bring on one name that shook the world for the past 12 months. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Like the Tate brothers.
The Tate brothers.
Because I'm talking to you. I've talked to you in private that we share the common thing, because we talk about for me, I'm good with whatever he said, and you're good with whatever he said. But on certain stuff, especially before he became a Muslim, that whatever he's done, that's questionable. That's
Yeah.
of course. I'm not going to say that I'm supporting that 100% too.
Yeah.
But the attacks that he has been under, and I've also seen that a lot of guys in Malaysia that try to copy him but doesn't even know. They doesn't even know what it means for. I thought it
Sebab
means
boleh
like,
dek.
sebab my Malays came out because the thing is to differentiate the blacks and the whites, right?
Yeah.
All of the thing, even if let's say if one day Adolf Hitler walked to you and said you need to love your wife and do 100 push-ups a day, will you do it?
Yes, of course.
Yes. But that's the thing, you take what's good and leave out what's bad. I'm not saying that he's 100% good.
Yeah.
He's a lot of controversial in the way they said it, the way he said it, and he said it himself.
Yeah.
That he purposely said that just to like gain clicks and attention and
Yeah,
stuff. But
exactly.
but he's the kind of guy that going against the establishment, and that sent him to jail over the charges that I call BS on that. Since the first time I've saw the news, I think on December, after his little feud with Greta Thunberg and stuff, and was like, oh, there's no he's going to do this. But if he does that, I was like, I'm cool with it, and I'm not going to listen to him anymore. But until now, there's zero evidence. It was like charges and charges and charges and charges. And where do I'm going with this? The first one, I listened to him. The first time I've heard about him is I think I've talked to my friend. I have this little conversation, a deep conversation, right? And then I say something like, if you something that I say I don't remember. I said that if you tolerate for everything and you stand up for nothing, and then my friend said, hey, do you copy that from this kickboxer guy who praised the Islam religion and stuff? I was like, who is he? No, that's me. He's quoting me. I was like, and then I go up there, and then I go back and then I search, who's this bald guy? Talking so arrogant. I was like, I'm listening to him, and sometimes it hits me, because I was like, oh, okay. And then slowly.
This was back then when you first.
It was like 21 or something.
2021.
Yeah,
okay.
It was way back then. I think he was in the Fresh and Fit podcast. I was like, who is this guy? I was like, because his voice and the way that he said it was like, captured me. But of course, I'm being careful and taking what's bad for what's not. Like he said, when he sleep with a lot of people, of course we don't do that and stuff. So my question is, when's the first time you listened to him, and did you hate him at first, and then kind of like he grows into you, or you just like, oh, you listen to him and you know, okay, this guy is speaking real.
Okay, so my principle is, if I don't like literally be a fan, I don't want to be a fan of some person. It's like I would argue, I like this guy. I like Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate. But I would filter what is best for me and what is not. So just like what you said, I like a few other people, and I would say I tried not to be judgmental, but yet be strict with what I will take from them, because it's not like we can support like whatever person online. We can support whoever we want, but try to filter out what's best for you. That's what my principle is. So for Andrew Tate, it's not like it's not like a growth thingy where I like him over time. No, but I like him like for the first time I've heard about him. I guess back when he was not popular. Which is
not popular as of now.
Back then, I think he was just a kickboxer who just rants a lot on YouTube. Right. So back then I like what he said about toxic masculinity or anything related to that. I would argue that Andrew and Tristan is the what we call as feedback mechanism of the community as a whole, when being woke is something that is well, let's say degenerates the society as a whole. For now in America, it's like the fall of Rome, where you cannot misgender anyone.
Yep.
But you even the person himself or herself or themselves don't know what gender resonates with them. So how would I gender someone? So I cannot use he, she. I have to use they or them, which is I've tried to learn English since I was like 6, and now it's getting annoying that I have to relearn everything back. Plural, singular, it's all thrown out of the window. This is making English looks bad. So the Westerns are trying to handle this problem, and I would say the degeneracy wokeness has triggered the feedback mechanism of the humanity or the human community as a whole. So people like Andrew or some other Mark Walsh and
you put Tucker Carlson in that.
Tucker Carlson,
Julian Assange, that
David Peterson
or Jordan Peterson?
Sorry, Jordan Peterson. David Peterson is
who the hell?
He's the pedophile, I think. sorry. So Jordan Peterson. So these kinds of men is the men that we are striving to be. So we are taking the good things. Some of their arguments, some of their points are very misleading, very controversial. Maybe that one we can steer off course, but the one that resonates more with ourselves to be better men, we can use that. So that's why I said you cannot be fanatic about who you support, but if things that they said is resonating with your core principles, just take it as your own.
I agree. I love boxing so much, right? And there's Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather, right? He's the most technical gifted boxer in our generation, right? I in terms of pure technical ability, I put him higher than Manny Pacquiao. Right. Pound for pound, I rank Pacquiao higher than Floyd. But the thing is this: Floyd is arrogant. He walks around. He flamboyant with his money and Lamborghini and stuff and whatever he bought. But because I didn't put any emotional investment whenever I box, when I try to emulate them, I try to see the good thing in Floyd. He's a genius. But I don't like him as a person. So the what you call it, I'm not saying that it's the ability, but the consciousness to separate this is if I like Floyd, it's on the sports. I'm not liking him socially, whatever he's done in social life. I think this generation couldn't. I mean, in every generation there's of course some people like this that couldn't separate. You like this about this person and you like this about this person. Just like I think football. You like someone purely on footballing ability, and then you want to say something bad about he's not a bad father, he's a bad father, he's whatever. So the ability to distinguish someone from what you like and in his other social life. And then I agree when you say that Andrew also is a part of like what was it, the mechanism that you said? It's like the feedback mechanism. The feedback mechanism, because America has been engulfed in this woke stuff. LGBTQ being thrown off them left and right. And then they feel like, I don't like this. But they didn't want to say it. They couldn't say about it because they need to get a job. Then
plus their government is supporting.
If they go against the establishment, you cannot eat.
Yes,
you're out of a job, and then this guy come out of nowhere,
going against
the establishment. And I think a lot of people actually listening to his message, but seeing when he looks around and seeing a lot of you are Tate supporters, I don't like you. You listen to Andrew Tate, you are red flag. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to like Andrew Tate's whatever video that he have, and then I'm going to keep quiet. Right? It's a lot because he's the embodiment of the whatever the true. I'm not saying a true American because I'm not really American, but what we want to against it. We don't want that LGBTQ or something and woke stuff. We don't really believe that, and then but we need someone to go out there and say, hey, this is wrong. Yeah, this is wrong. But because he's the only have the capability to say that, and
he has the platform.
Yeah, he had the platform, but he the bad thing is he doesn't really have the backup from above because all the he need to have
matrix,
a backup.
The matrix
up,
is against
from
him.
up and down. He had the backup from down to up, but he doesn't have the backup from the very top to down. So that's why he's what he is. And
I would say that you should be able to like a person, but doesn't have to be sharing his values. You should be able to, because I've seen on Twitter for media social, I guess Twitter, Malaysian Twitters, influencers. I guess most of them are Tate haters. So there's a single line that resonates well for this kind of situation. So it's like, if you say that, I like apples, and then the other person responds with, so you don't like orange. That's the thing. I like what he said. I like what his values on, or his perspectives on, or the wokeness, the LGBTQ movement or something. But I don't share the same values as him. Which might works with me. I would use it, but which aren't resonating with me, I will leave it. That's the whole principle.
One of the good thing is I'll say this out loud. I'll do push-ups every single night because of him. Let's say starting from that, and you know what? Because and when I say you know me, when I say I'm going to meet you at 9 a.m. I'm going to meet you at 9 a.m.
I did.
It's not 9. No. Yeah. I know. But you know me as a person, and I think the people around me knows me as a person, not because me looking up to Andrew, but me looking up to the Japanese society. Japanese society is always on time and stuff. So I'm looking up to the Japanese society that really accurate on time and stuff. And then when I try to preach that to one of my friends, hey, I'm going to meet you at 9, and then it was like, nah, all Malays are like that. Malays on the way is really not, I'm just on the way.
The culture, right?
The culture is there. And was like, no, I'm going to do that because, but she was like, no, because I used to be like you, try to meet people at 9, but they come at 9:50, 9:30. So why should I do that? Why should I be punctual? I said, no, I'm going to do it. Even if you come at 9:30, the next time we're meeting, if I say I'm going to meet you at 9, I'll meet you at 9. And then time goes on, and then I listen to Andrew Tate. But Andrew Tate doesn't really say that I'm going to be at 9, I meet you at 9. But he said, if I say I'm going to run 50 miles, I'm going to run 50 miles. And then I'm looking at him, I was like, dude, you're talking the same thing as me, in sense of whatever you said. You're going to do it. If I say I'll meet you, I'll do 100 push-ups. I'll do 100 push-ups. Even though at that night we going around, we eat a lot. I was like, and then of course we go back home, and then we feel like lazy. I don't want to do 100 push-ups. But you need to. Once I did that, over time your body is reacting. So there's two implications of it. One, you've been truthful to yourself. You do 100 push-ups, you get better physical. And number two, you'll be mindful of what you're going to say. If you, let's say after work, okay, let's go to Taco Bell, eat some things, right? And you know that you'll be lazy to do push-ups. You will never say, I'm going to do push-ups, because you know if you said it, you need to do it. You will be mindful, and not just on the push-ups thing, on things like making false promises to someone, right?
So you think before you speak.
You will, because you know if you said it, you need to do it. Like let's say as a man, right? This is different from what Andrew's approach before he even being a Muslim, right? He said he approached a lot of girls. For me, I've been more really picky with my shots, and I will not say the word I love you if I'm not ready to commit to her.
Exactly.
Because I know, because if I say that and I say I want to get married to you, I need to work to get married to her. So that's why I've been more mindful in what I'm saying, and for me that's a good thing. Yep.
So it goes back to man being
being true to
his words. Yeah,
that's what he been preaching all along. Yeah, the way he said probably not nice to you.
Yeah, it's controversial.
Yeah, it's controversial. That you if you want to listen to someone that more like lenient in saying that, probably you listen to Jordan Peterson. And
I would argue I will listen to Tristan. I guess Tristan is like the
much more
softer,
lenient, right?
yeah, very soft.
And it's like no, thousand. Tristan was like, oh, if you can do 1,000, you can do 500. If you cannot do 500, you can do 50 and stuff like that. But it's up to your platform, wherever you want it. Like boxing coach, you have a stricter boxing coach, you have a lenient, more lenient, more friendly, and stuff. I'm not sure why people doesn't really think about that. It's just he's just part of the fish in the ocean. You can always eat another fish.
Exactly.
It's not always a problem. If I decided to follow him and be strict to myself, and I say I'm not going to approach girls unless I want to marry her, I'm going to do that. That's got things to do with me. It's not going to do with you. But if I say I'm going to do 100 push-ups tonight, I'm the one suffering, not you. Why should be worried about that?
Just like what I just said. It's like I like to eat apples. Oh, so you hate oranges? No, so it doesn't work like that. You should be able to like whoever you want. You should be able to take good advices, bad advices, or even not so-called advices or tips. So you can just do anything you want because you're an adult. So people shouldn't criticize you that I like what Tate says about this. So we have to be very I would say that the new generation is very soft on this. They just wants everything to go their way, but when something goes out of their way, they will criticize it. They will try to cancel it. So I've just known about this cancel culture. So the new generations, we are going against you in this kind of thing. So be wary, because I'm not saying we're old, but the older generation, I'm already going after the 30 years old threshold. So Fitri is still
I'll be 27 next Wednesday.
That's very, very young, I would say. 27 is like my
I feel
brother.
like I'm old already.
No, I'm 32. Relax, chill, man.
Yeah. So let's get back to that.
Yeah.
So his fight against the establishment, I'm not sure how it went. He prophesied or he predicted that he'll catch a bullet in his brain. I'm not sure how it goes. So I mean the fight against establishment is not a fight that anyone could fight. If the establishment decided to go against you, they'll go Julian Assange. Julian Assange, that's it. That's the name. How many years he's been in prison? 10 years, because saying things that go away against that, and it's really bad. The thing about establishment, so I just find something this morning that I think I want to bring up. It just got nothing to do with it, but it's have something to do with the establishment. Have you ever heard about ESG?
Economy something ESG.
Yeah,
I think it's for sustainability, right?
Yeah, it's a framework used to assess an organization's business practices and performance on various sustainability and ethical issues. And it's coming to Malaysia. I mean,
it's already here.
It's already here, but the framework will be introduced in Malaysia by end of 2023.
Okay,
I'll put on the link here because I have the link right here.
Yeah.
You know why it's bad?
Yeah. Why?
Because first of all it's targeting the small to medium SMEs, right?
Okay.
And if it's like basically in this pyramid, like the higher companies, like if there's thousands companies in Malaysia, there's like 1 or 2, 5, 6 higher companies, so it goes in pyramid like this. So they target the middle one, the middle company, and the smaller company, which takes like 80% of the pyramid itself. So how does it works? Is
it like a act or akta you have to
it's
follow?
like something that let me read it right. It calculates board diversity, employee safety, and carbon emission. It includes board diversity, employee safety, and carbon emission. That's what he said. And you know what? ESG is a score. I'm not sure if it's called like out of 10 or out of 100 or thousands, but let me read the brief history. In 2006, the UN has enacted the Principle for Responsible Investment, PRI, which means they could outline 6 principles how investors could integrate ESG factors. The point, if you create a company, I'm going to give you points. If you hire in that points, I'm going to invest to you. If you're not, I'm not going to invest to you.
All right.
It comes with money. If the higher the point is, but how you get the points, how you could increase the points, that's the question. Factors into their investment. So far, 3,000 investors have signed it on America. And representing over $40 trillion out of that 3,000 companies. But they have 6 outlines. I think you could search what the outlines are, but I want to highlight the outline number 4. I'll read it. Ready? Encourage investments managers to incorporate ESG issues into their decision-making process. Incorporate ESG issues. You might not get it now. So one question is, why should I be worried about ESGs? How much power do they have? The UN has power on capital flow, right? Because they have like legislative power and judicial power and financial power. So who's above the UN?
No one.
The NGO. The NGO. So who's funding the NGO? Like there's a lot of funders, right? The government, the foundations. I can say like Rockefeller Group. Right, and then
so the top 1%.
Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Open Society Foundation. Who invests in Open Society Foundation? George Soros. All right. So the thing is, if you create a company and you want the higher ESG scores, all right. If I'm telling you to go out there and put out LGBTQ in your promotion, you need to. I don't care if you're a CEO or not. You just said it just now in the elevator. Remember? Bud Light, yeah. You know why they push that? You know why they push the LGBTQ? They don't give an F about LGBTQ. But they need to do that
in order for the investors to be happy.
They're not caring about the customers anymore. They're caring about outside there. Customers, they give you couples quids per month or whatever, but the investors give you billions, millions. So that's how it works. I'm not sure how it was in Malaysia, so I could expect that you could see a lot of advertisement about LGBTQ, and even if we march out there, 1,000 people with signs and stop LGBT, stop touching LGBT, they won't care, because behind closed door they're scared.
They're being pressured.
They're scared of that ESG scores. We haven't seen it yet in Malaysia, but it's coming. So, when you see, it's actually for emission factor, save the country. So, December 2021, Bloomberg found only one out of 155 investment, right? Only one. One of the ESG upgrades was cited as an emission factor. The others goes to probably LGBT, probably and stuff, probably like that. So of course, other than ESG, they have like DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion, and CEI, corporate quality index. You know what corporate quality index is? National benchmark tool on corporate policies, practices, and benefits pertinent to LGBTQ employees. The diversity, equity, inclusion. All right, you going to make a movie. But I'll give you a paper. You need to have. The cast need to be 40% gays, 40% lesbians, how many percent blacks, how many percent whites. That's how I control. That's why the movies are now shit movies.
The Hollywood movies are getting so.
See how this establishment is getting. They play the money really well, and I think people need to know this because there's a lot of things happen. Your government is not always your savior, right?
Yeah.
They always someone up on the government, even someone higher than that.
Yeah.
And also I have it right here. You know about the top 5 company with ESG scores, which means the higher
The highest scores.
the work there is. Okay, number 5, Bank of America. Not surprising, right?
I'm not surprised.
Number 4, Salesforce. Number 3, Microsoft. Number 2,
Salesforce.
Intel. And number 1, Google. And you know, where I've read a YouTube comment where it says that I think we need to shift it to our favor, where the one on the lower ESG we buy the products. The one on the higher ESG points.
That's why I'm going with AMD, man.
Yeah.
No more Intel for me.
Yes, and then you know what? People anticipating that Tesla will be on top. No, Tesla actually medium score. He scored like 41. I mean, there's 81.
Elon Musk.
Yeah, there's 81 amongst the automobile company, right? There's 81 company, and they rank 41. So they're not going with, I don't care.
Yeah.
I'll do my shit.
I mean,
just like X actually is like in the middle. They're not top tier, right? So that's why I'm staying in X.
Have you seen how Elon Musk conducts his
he's
business?
a lot of things, but he's not part of the establishment. You can say he's sometimes stupid, sometimes or not. Sometimes he do things that questionable. Sometimes I don't like Elon Musk. They make a bad car. It's
but
cool.
I would argue he's fair. I mean, he chooses the right person for the job instead of the person who's right for the job needs to be 40% gays, 40% lesbians, 20% blacks or what. No, he chose the best out of the best.
That's what we do, but that's what we are not going to do, because he have monies. He's Elon Musk. He could do it, but the medium company in Malaysia, I'm so scared of whatever happens in Malaysia. So I think
don't be a sell-off. Right?
How could you when you have a family to feed, you don't have choice?
Yeah,
it's going to be hard out there, man.
It's getting bad because you know how our currency is very, very palatable towards Americans. So toward the British. So they're flocking into our country because it's cheaper labor here. So we're having, if you know out there the audience, we're having Tesla in Cyberjaya soon. So I think because of Elon Musk wants to cut off some labor costs because it will be cheaper here. I mean, if we have like I guess average would be $1,000 for workers here. The labor here, that's cheaper than if he builds one in Indonesia or Singapore.
Singapore especially.
Because you get cheaper labor here. You just pay $1,000 and people will be happy. Yeah, that's like 5,000 ringgit here. Almost 5,000 ringgit here. That's like that's a big number even for me. So so that's why money would be one of the most important factors for what you say ESG implementing here, ESG scores. I guess I've wrote some pieces for the big companies like Fortinet, Dell. I guess some of them already implemented ESG. I think it was Schneider's Electric. So they have implemented ESG scores. So but they are like the big MNC company. It's still up there, not yet for the SMBs or SMEs. I sure hope that SMBs don't be a sellout lah. Because I know you guys need money, but you have to think it in the bigger picture. You soon know that. Just stick with your principle. If you're most of Malaysian doesn't want to satisfy this LGBTQ wokeness. Okay, let me say it straight here. Let me be honest with the audience here. I'm not like going against LGBTQ. If I see any LGBTQ people out there or LGBT community out there, I will kill you. No. Please don't cut it short from what I just said. So, but we don't care what you do with yourself. I mean, LGBTQ community, you are free to do whatever you want. You are free to be lesbian, gay, or whatever, bisexual, trans, Z, what, whatever kind of preference you want. But be yourself in your own time, in your own space. Please don't
touch our kids.
Don't touch our kids. Don't try to shove your principles, your values into our throats. We don't need a Pride Month here. We don't. If even in America, I'm pretty sure they don't have straight month there.
Yeah.
There's no straight month there.
Yeah, every day is a
So
straight
you want
day.
the Pride Month there? Fine. America is stupid, so fine. But in our country here, in Asia mostly, please don't do Pride Month here. I mean, we are leaving you alone, but we are leaving you alone. Please don't disturb the peace here. We're trying to live together. We are humans. So everyone is humans. So we want to live together in a peaceful community.
Yeah.
Not to scratch each other's throat. So being leftist, being rightist, or being centralist, do whatever you want, but that's your value, not my value. We can share different values, but we can be friends, we can be families, we can be your colleagues or something. So yeah, that's my advice.
That's I think that's a good way to close, but because I am thinking on closing it a little bit hard because I think I'm closing it a little bit
It's
hard.
a very interesting topic.
Because this is my podcast after our podcast actually we put it. But yeah, I want to put out, and I need to put out an exception out there. You can do whatever you want as long as you are not Muslims. For Muslim, I'm saying to you right now, you're a Muslim if you're involved in this LGBT things. If you're my friend, I'm not going to be friends with you. I'm not going to talk with you. If you shove your ass in front of my kids, let's say if I have kids, I'm going to beat you up, because God doesn't care about what you think. God doesn't care about what you do, and whatever your thing is, if God said in the Quran, if it's not, it's not. We have this really straight outline. I don't care because God doesn't even care about you if you go there. But of course you can always repent. But yeah, I'm going to end it in a hard note. But my friend, thank you for coming today. I think
Thank you.
I have a lot of things to say after this, but our time's running short. Probably next time, I guess.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Next time, maybe second.
You haven't finished
session.
your Pepsi, but it's alright.
It's a good conversation we have today.
I want to bring a coffee here, but it's okay.
Maybe next time.
Maybe next time. Alright, that's it. Have a great day, everyone. Goodbye.
Goodbye.